Okay, now let us get into this case because there is so much layers. And in the 1990s, there were quite a few missing children in Austria, right? Now, this surrounds the Nastashka Kampusch case, right? Let's get into this, what our credible source is telling us. And this article is date October 2010. My brother was murdered by VIP pedophile ring. Claims brother of a police chief who probe kidnap of Austrian seller girl. Right? No, it surrounds a 10-year-old child that was kidnapped. And she was kept in a cellar for 8 years. At least that's the story they're telling us. And we should believe that the person who kidnapped this child was working alone. Everything that happened by himself. No one else was involved. But listen to this other side of the coin, right? Franz Corell, 59, led the original inquiry into Kampusch's disappearance when she was snatched aged 10 on her way to school by a pervert who kept her prisoner for more than 8 years. The investigator died last July with what was thought to be a single shot from a service revolver, as a new inquiry into the kidnapped revealed a series of blunders and he was about to be demoted. So because he was about to be demoted, they want you to believe that he committed suicide. But now his brother Karl just told Austrian newspaper that the detective was assassinated to protect a high-ranking ring of VIP pedophile he was about to expose. He said there was no investigation into his death at all. When I told a policeman that my brother had by no means committed suicide, he just laughed at me. Corell died after the inquiry into the police handling of the kidnapped ended, and he was about to be put back on the beat in a country police department. But his brother said he continued to investigate the Kampusch case on his own. So he was going on his own to find out what really is going on. Let's get into some more. And poured scorn on the official verdict that his brother killed himself. Carl said somebody must have gotten wind of it. A few weeks later, Franz was dead. Nobody was able to explain to me why nobody heard the shot on a late July evening when almost everybody was sleeping with open windows. Let me see now. Let's continue with the case. The pervert that they say captured the young girl Natashka go on to kill himself. He just lay down on a train track and committed suicide. The case has been dogged by persistent rumors that the kidnapper was part of a pedophile gang which had snatched the schoolgirl to order. In one conversation a few weeks before his death, Corell told his brother, Carl, if something happened to me, you have to carry on where I left off. It is getting more and more dangerous. I have to reckon with the worst. These people have no scruples at all. When his brother asked who he meant, the veteran cop said, those who want to prevent the Kampusch case being solved by any means. Those up their neck in child sex scene, like one politician from Lower Austria, an official from the Ministry of Interior, a judge, colleagues of mine from Vienna, and so on. This is the tip of the iceberg. Once I found a noose hanging on the door. I remember I have to investigate influential and powerful people. And I am on my own, standing in front of a gate. stinking bubble of lies, abominations, sex, and blackmail. If I burst the bubble, there will be a quake in Austria. But they will know how to prevent that, just like they prevented all kinds of results in the campus case during the last years. I know I'm even watched in my office. Corell kept all his secrets out of his police files and stored them on a laptop and a memory stick, but both were confiscated from Carl shortly after his brother's death. He said my brother was close to solving the campus case, and he was on the right people's heels, and he had to die because he knew too much. Now I'm afraid. Okay? So the disappearance of this 10-year-old girl that they want you to believe is just a pervert that took her and put her under his basement and that's it. But listen to this. The kidnapped girl, when she escaped, claimed that the kidnapper wanted her to call him maestro, right? Because he claimed he was an Egyptian god. And as she grew older, wanted her to call him Lord, right? So right there, it is telling me of some satanic ring. This man, the kidnapper of Natashka, this man did not act alone, and it also stated that kidnapping this young girl, it was planned. They planned to kidnap her. And when you read reports of her background and the broken home, you understand that that morning was his lucky break because the young girl had asked her parents, her mother, for her to walk to school by herself to prove that she is a big girl now. And according to the young ladies, like everything happens in one full scoop, as if it was been choreographed scene. If we rehearsed it together, a choreography of terror, right? So they wanted this little girl, and the official narrative is that the kidnapper, the pervert, acted alone. But guess what? Over here we know that this police officer that was investigating the case, he was onto something. He was onto something, and he know that there was more to this story than a pervert kidnapping a young child and putting that child in the basement. There is more to it, but they silenced him. Right? They silenced him. And from the moment I saw where the kidnapper identified himself as an Egyptian god, that says satanic ring, high satanic occult right there. Right? So something is indeed going on in Austria with girls in cellar. And they want you to believe that they acted alone. I'm telling you, this world is indeed a dangerous place. Very dangerous place. And the thing that a lot of people don't understand is that they don't realize people are doing things from ancient Babylon, ancient Egypt. It haven't stopped. They just cover it over. They just hide it. It is still happening. Right? We need to pray and say, glory be to the Most High.